Come on in. I decided I want to start a little early just in case I need to go. So I am here. I know I've been doing Tuesday nights, but I decided yesterday, I don't know, I think I was busy and I was like, I don't want to go upstairs. So I didn't. So on tonight, as I unravel yarn and talk about one of my projects I'm working on, I am going to share with you some of my market 2025 market updates. What I thought worked, what didn't work for me anyway, and what I look forward to doing in the new year. If we can get past this cold weather. Anyway, so I every time I come up here, I work on this little yarn ball. I have this much, and I will work on it just a little bit at a time until I can unravel it all the way. I think I'm doing pretty good. No rush, anything like this. And I probably can go to my yarn winder and take it out of this ball and make it into a nice little cake. Anyway, on today, I'm going to talk about some market takeaways. Some market takeaways. And what I discovered this year is that you need to have the right audience. The right audience. I guess this is probably, I don't know how many years I've been at this one event. I've been at this one event for a couple years now. And a couple of the one event, let's see. This is my first Christmas at one vendor location, and probably about my third or fourth one at the one that I like the most. But what I'm discovering over time is what to look for, and I'm perfecting what I'm bringing, and also how to just stay organized. So as I work on this yarn ball, I'm going to just tell you, one of the things I would recommend that you do, or that I'm going to be doing, is I'm going to be focusing more on my audience. Who am I serving? When I go to these events, who am I serving? My last event was in December. Really, this past Saturday, because it is December. This last event was on Saturday. It was at the farmers market here in the Memphis, Tennessee area, at the beautiful agriculture center. And I was there, I think I was there last year. And it was cold. It was cold again this year. But I realized I probably won't be going back. I won't be going back. The person that was over the event was late getting the event out to the people. This is something that should happen every year without you being late. So because of it being late, we got a partial refund, so that they can draw in more vendors. And some of the vendors, like last year, they didn't mix the weekly vendors. This year, they mixed the weekly vendors with the new people. And so it was a little bit frustrating. Not frustrating, but it was cold. And when you don't notify and you don't advertise, and you expect the vendors to be the ones, or the people that's there to be the only ones that's advertising, you're doing a bad job. So because of the lack of advertisement, and something that happens every year, causes me to think that it's not a good idea to keep going back. One, it's cold. We were told we can bring heaters, so I brought my little heater, and that was helpful, but it's still cold. It's something about being inside. You can be inside of a house, and it just seems like even the inside of the house can be colder than what's outside. So I sold a couple things, but I at least not that farmer's market. I may try a different farmer's market in the summer, maybe, just to see what it's like, because there's one that's downtown. I think there's one in the Bartlett area. I think there's one in Cordova has a farmer's market, but it's not really, they don't really have any vendors like that. Their farmer's market is just like where you buy vegetables and fruits and international foods and things like that. So that's something I learned. I need to do a better job of organizing to track sales. And because last year I didn't do as good at the farmer's market, I decided this year I wasn't going to bring a lot. And I didn't. I kept it really simple. And I sold a few items. Could have had more of one item, but what good is it if you don't have the traction, the foot traffic? You can bring a whole bunch of stuff, but if you don't have the foot traffic, it doesn't matter. Most of the vendors, it was more vendors than it was people. And it was only one day, only for a couple hours. So it should have been more foot traffic. But then they had lots of other things going on. They had lots of parades happening in the area. So that was all competing against people. They had St. Jude's who was having a marathon. So it was a lot of things going on that particular Saturday. It would have been nice if they had it this Saturday coming up, but I think it's going to be cold, colder this Saturday. So I'm looking over here because I got notes. Another thing is not all items sell the same. What do I mean by that? I noticed that even though I like to make hats, like for example, I just finished this hat. It's my Grinch hat. I found these at Hobby Lobby. I found this application of the Grinch. And I'm going to put it on here. Isn't it cute? It is cute. So I'm going to put this on the hat. And I think because it bunches like that, it needs to have a ball. And I'm not sure if I should do the brown ball. I might look for a green one or the white ball. But I may, like I say, I think I'm going to look for a green one. This one doesn't look good on the camera. This one, if I can't find a green one, would work. So I'm going to attach a ball to it. A removable one. I got some little buttons that I can add and put it on there so that they can take it off if they need to wash. So, but that brown one works. If I can't, like I said, I'm going to look for a green one first. Because I want to make a couple of these. The appliques of the Grinch, I have a couple. So I can get a couple more. So here we go. And so I'm going to finish this, iron it on. And I have another hat in the making. And then I'll put these on my Instagram. So hats, for some reason, in this area do not work as well. Some hats do, some don't. I think I've seen people, baseball caps seem to sell, cowboy caps seem to sell, but standard keep your head warm caps don't work because these people like to go to the store in their pajamas. Why do people like to go to the store in their pajamas and flip-flops, and it's cold outside? I know we're in the South, but the South can get cold. So wear your hats. So people walk around without hats on. Of course, I have my hats. You all, I'm from Missouri. I'm from the show me state. You don't have to show me that it's going to get cold. Anyway, That's one thing. Hats are not a big seller, but they can draw attention. People tend to look at the ruffled hats, especially I have one that's purple, but it's a little bit big on the head, so I need to make one that's smaller. People are drawn to the purple hat a lot. The pink hat they like, but it's hot pink, like my hat. So I have to find something that's going to be a happy medium. Some people do like the hats. They like the cotton hats. Some people like the hats for the toddlers, but I haven't found the right hat yet, so I'm not going to be doing too many more hats. I found that small and affordable items sell, like keychains, little chickens, plushies, octos, things like that. They tend to sell better. So I need to do something around that. One year I had a bunch of stress balls. They love those, but I haven't done them. I didn't do too many this year. I was thinking that other vendors would do it, but they didn't. So I may bring some next year. So one thing I realized, I need to build around what sells. I found that for me, I get a lot of custom orders. I don't know what that's about. When I first started and set up, I got a lot of custom orders. I got a custom order for a little Winnie the Pooh piglet. That was my very first night. I didn't think anything about it. I just made it for her and went about my business. Then the second year, they wanted the little pumpkin witch. And so I made a couple of those customs. And then I made custom bears, which I'll probably make more of those. Chickens, lots of chickens I sold. Wallets, lots of custom wallets. This year was a snowman. I made lots of snowmen. Matter of fact, I made so many snowmen, I didn't make anything extra for this past event. So, but what I need to do for the future is I need to make sure I have a custom order sheet. A custom order sheet, since people do tend to come and they like those custom items. I need to make sure that it's seamless, because like I was sharing with you on the last one, this lady wanted the hats, and I don't harass people. I know I can sell the hat, even if I have to find a local boutique or put them online. That hat is going to sell because it's well made and it's a good price, regardless of what anybody says. And so I'm going to do that. Make sure I don't do that too much, but have a custom order sheet. They can put a down payment on it, deposit. If they back out, they don't get their money back. Plain and simple. Nobody got time for that. I'm not no bank. You know, if you want something custom that, you know, I can't guarantee that I'm going to sell it, I'm definitely not going to be doing it. Let's see what else. Build around high ticket items like hats. I had giant pumpkins, and they finally sold. I'm so happy. They really sold. I think I found a little niche with the pumpkins right about. You want to kind of keep it around the occasion, I realized. Like, it was Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving items sold more so than, and Halloween, kind of Halloweenish. I don't get too gruesome. But the Halloween items and the Thanksgiving items kind of sold more than anything. Chickens, people like chickens in the South. So I may do some plushy items, but I haven't niched down yet. I think amigurumi is going to be my thing. I'm not into too many clothing items, because if the hats aren't selling, I'm not sure how the clothing is going to work. And then you don't know what size with people. But I want to work on that, and I want to work on better packaging. Make sure everything is labeled. I did have it labeled, but and that worked really well because people can look, and if they want it, they'll grab it. If they don't, they won't. I sold a cozy cup cozies. I need to do more of those. They like the unique ones. I had a soda can one with it looked like a guy in a hoodie. I don't think I put it on Instagram yet, but I probably should put it on there. That sold pretty good. I tried to do a little bit more better with my signage and my table display, just trying to make it attractive and inviting to people. Let's see. Make sure you add price tags on everything. If not, get a basket. Like my gummy bears sold pretty good. Surprisingly, I was really surprised. But again, I think it's because it was a low ticket item. So, but the purple ones went fast. So I need to make more colorful ones. The purple one, the multicolor one. What did I have a lot remaining? They sold pretty good. I think the peach didn't sell too well, but I probably would do some more of those. But I did it as a bundle. I did buy one for $3 or 2 for $5. And so people tend to do that. So I may do some more of the bundles. The two, what is it? The scrubbies, they went. I might have to make some more. I might have to replenish it. So having a good inventory so that you know what sold and what needs to be replenished is good. Start early. I'm talking to myself right now. Start early. Because while I have items, I'm going to have to replenish this year because of I did good at the one location. Probably could have did better if I was had more focus. So then in the future, I want to have like 3 to 5 items that sell really well, and that's it. No more like bouncing around. I have like 1 or 2 here, 1 hat here, 1 Grinch hat. Have 1 hat, different colors. 1 hat pattern, different colors. And instead of having a granny square hat, a slouchy hat, a beanie hat, just have 1 hat. Beanies only, different colors. Slouchy hats only, different colors. If I want to do ruffle hats, different colors. Don't just do one. I need to have multiples of an item just to see what works. Because sometimes people like things, but it's not in their color scheme. And like I say, hats, I'm not going to be doing too many of those. I think I've had my fill of not having the sales. Now, sometimes they sell online, but you got to have the right color. Like Etsy, somebody had mentioned wanting a yellow ruffled hat, and I decided, let me go ahead and just make this ruffled hat. And I did, and it sold right away. So it all depends. It all depends on what you're selling. So I got some ideas of what to do and where to put them so they can sit on my website instead of Etsy. Or I can try other venues, platforms. Let's see what else. Eye contact. Don't be sitting there on your phone like this or crocheting like this. Make eye contact with people as they come by. Hey, how are you? They don't have to buy anything. The fact is that you acknowledge that they are there and that you see them and that you're approachable and friendly is helpful. I've seen vendors that sit there like they got their coat on and they're sitting there and they not make eye contact. I wouldn't want to approach you either. Be friendly, be personable, be bubbly, because at the end of the day, you trying to make your sales. Let's see. Have multiple payment options. I may have mentioned this in a different video, but have it. I just got onto Venmo because one event they were like, "Do you have Venmo?" And I'm like, "No, I don't." But they were able to, if they want something, they're gonna buy it. They'll use the credit card or they'll find cash, but have multiple payment options, and also don't necessarily depend on the venue's internet, because I believe I mentioned this last venue. For some reason, the year before it was no problem, but this year they had problems with the internet. So, and fortunately, my phone has data on it in a different company, and I was able to use my little tiny square reader. I have a big square reader and a little tiny square reader, and I have Zelly, and I have Zelle. How do you pronounce it? Zelle, Venmo now, cash, don't do checks, and credit cards. And like I say, that I think wraps it up pretty much. If there's something that you can think of that you need to add to this list of things that maybe you experienced this year at your venue events, maybe it's something I love to hear your comments or whatever you have below. I realize some venues are for adults. They're looking for things for themselves. Some venues are for kids. They're they'll buy things for their grandkids, their kids, definitely grandkids. So that's something to think about. They're going to think about little people, and they're going to think about themselves. And I don't see too many. I see a lot of sports things for guys, like sports. What did I see? It might have been like the cup, the bowl, chip bowl, cozies. It might have been pillows and maybe a few cups or something like that. But I don't know how that works with NFL. I know they're real strict about it, so I would be very careful with that. But I see people all the time, but I still would be careful with it. I used to do the couches, and I don't sell them anymore. And I think there's one person that might have still been doing something like that, but I'm just careful with it because I don't know these people. Your neighbor can tell on you, and you find yourself having to pay a hefty fine because you done made something. You're trying to make a little dollar to pay your bills or buy more yarn or whatever. Don't do it. I see sometimes like my crochet things that I know that is original, like my little Grinch tea lights. They sold right away. And then I saw somebody that had something similar to it, but not in a crochet pattern. So I know that it is kind of like people look for ideas everywhere. I'm Grinched out, even though I am doing a Grinch hat. This is my last year. Probably I will make these Grinch hats, and that is it. I've had enough of Grinch. I used to love Grinch, but this year, Hobby Lobby has done so much with Grinches. It's in Walmart, and I'm like, that's enough. It's enough of the Grinch for me. I'm greened out Grinch. They forget that Grinch is not just a Grinch. He also at the end had a transformation. He stopped being mean and he became someone that was really kind, like the Scrooge. And his heart grew and grew and grew. They don't talk about that as much. So this is my last year of the Grinch. Goodbye, Mr. Grinch. It was fun knowing you. Let's see. Now that I'm finished with this, I think I'm going to spend the last few weeks of the year organizing this room. I'm thinking about getting maybe one more shelf and try to get rid of that. Let's see. I hope if it's not over here with you, it could be reversed. Because when I point to this, that's where I see the B. But over here, I know it's over here. when you see it. So the great thing, I'm going to pretend that it's right there. I'm going to get rid of that. I was going to sell it, and then I started stuffing it with yarn, but it's going to go. I'm thinking about, just rearranging this room, getting this room back in order. All the stuff I didn't sell at the event, I'm probably either going to put it on my website or some other platform and pack it away right nice and neatly. So if it sells, it'll ship. Some things will not be going back to the event next year. I want to start January, at the end of January, February, maybe start preparing for the new year. I want to make sure that really before January, before the end of this month, I'm going to have my goals for 2026. But as far as like making things, I want to start early this year. I don't want to last minute stuff stresses me out. If I can already have things already organized, already tagged, make up a bunch and then write a little list and keep up with the pricing, and then get the price tags and get the packaging really nice early, so that before the event happens, all I can do is just sit back there and just put it or keep it in the container, already have it already ready, and just get ready to go. That's my dream for 2026. Let's see. I think that is about it. Now it's time to organize, finish this yarn barf, get this yarn off this floor, organize it. I did. One of the reasons why this room is so messy, I don't know why the telemarketers are calling this time. I should answer the phone and say, "Oh, because they don't know who they're calling. They just be calling people." Anyway, get this room organized. Some of the reason why my room is a little bit on the messy side is because I wanted to make sure all my yarn is organized by type. For example, this back here is acrylic. This back here is acrylic. If you can, I don't know which way you guys see. But my colorful yarn behind me is acrylic. Some of it is cotton. Some of it is sports weight cotton. Some of it is just odds and ends. So I want to get it organized. Some of it is multicolored. So I keep my multicolored yarns in a different location. I want my tools to be in a different location. Like, for example, I want to be able to I know where to find my little balls, my little hat balls. But I have the little thing the button that where you can take the hat off somewhere up here. I don't know where. So that's my thing. I want to organize this room a little bit better and make it more multifunctional. And we'll see how that works. But that's what I'm going to be working on in the next couple months. I thought about painting the wall, but I'm not going to paint. I'm not doing all that. If I could just get this room organized so I can spend more time up here without feeling like I need to unravel yarn, that would be great. And I have my little Addie knitting machine. I'm going to be making a lot more with that. And rebranding. I'm going to be rebranding in the near future. So it's a lot of things I'm going to be doing. Updating my website. Getting ready for the new year. If we make it through the winter. It's going to be cold. It's going to be freezing. You're going to need your hats. They're going to be looking for me. They'll be like, where's that girl? She was in here selling hats. I need one of her hats. Please find her for me. And I'm not gonna answer. I'll be like, you were warned, like the ant and the grasshopper. You know, the grasshopper played around all year long. He played. And the ants were just building and they were building, they were building. They were taking their food and they were storing it. They were building and building and building. And the little grasshopper was singing and drinking his little tea and watching them go to work every day. Then the winter came. And the grasshopper was like, whoa. That little chair he was sitting on got cold. He had no food. He drunk all his stuff. And he looked in the window of them ants, and they were in there. They were dancing. Hey, hey, hey. The heat was gone. They had their food. They were eating. The grasshopper was looking. What about me? And then, I don't know if they let them in or not, but we need to be like that. We need to not wait until things hit us. That is the thing. Whether you're doing yarn, crocheting, don't wait. You don't have to be up all night. Start planning now. I'm working on a planner right now so that I can be organized. And so that if I haven't finished by this time, I can say, what happened? Why didn't you finish? What do you need to do? How do you accomplish that? So I want to be able to do that. Also, when you're going to these events, I need to know what to take. You know, hey, I paper towels. We take our snacks. We take sandwiches, so we're not eating out. Hand sanitizer, scissors, mirror. What type of things do you need? Chargers, definitely chargers, because I'm telling you, my phone goes dead. Sometimes they have portable chargers that you can bring, chargers that you can bring where you can plug up something. Fans if you need it, or heaters if you need it. If you don't want to buy or pay for their electricity. I don't do outdoor events, so I can't tell you about that. I don't do outdoor events, so I'm an indoor girl. So if you need an outdoor event, I'm not the one. I know they have some around here in this area. I just don't do them. So what do you need? So start thinking about that now, making your list. You know, be like Santa Claus. Make a list. Check it twice. Better find out if you got it or not. Not naughty and nice, but make sure you got your stuff. And you're ready. And be more organized. Be more proactive. Because that's how you're gonna make money. You're gonna make it by setting your goals. You want to set how much you want to make at this event. If you don't make it, why didn't you? Maybe you didn't have the right items. Maybe it was the wrong audience. Or what you're going to do after. Do an afterwards evaluation. I like to do the evaluations afterwards to see what went wrong. Like last year. No, it was this year. The one girl had the little crochet person next to me, which they normally don't try to do. So in the future, if I go, I want to try to move to a different location. Plain and simple. And if they have a crochet next to me when I'm setting up the night before, move me. Move me. They can stay there. Move me. I don't want to hear their mouth. Because I've been there for a while. Move me. Because that right there is not that my products are different from theirs, but it's just you don't want that kind of competition. It's just not right when you're trying to make a sale. I don't need you over here say, oh, and do you want to look at my chickens over here? Because they saw you do chickens last year and people like the chickens, so now they got chickens. Now you're fighting against the chicken. Whose chicken they gonna buy? My chicken or their chicken? And those little youngins can be aggressive. They don't have any boundaries. They don't have vendor etiquette. They need to be taught vendor etiquette so that an older woman like me won't snap on them. Snap, crackle, pop. Look, little girl, I know you trying to make a sale, But you need to not be trying to mess with my customers while they're in my little area. If they want to come in your area, then no. Look at me. Don't you have a conversation like that to yourself? Anyway, I'm hoping that you guys have a wonderful year. I am not sure if I'm going to go live anymore. I need to get some tutorials out onto the platform. I want to thank, if I haven't said it already, all my new subscribers, all the ones that have subscribed recently, all my ride and die ones that's been with me for a minute. I want to thank you guys too, because you are what makes our channel, this channel, our channel. My channel is your channel, is our channel. So because of you, that's why I get on. That's why I go live. But I need to do more tutorials. I need to share my gift with those that looking to crochet. I get so many people that say, oh, I wish I could do that. And I can say in the future, well, you can. And here's my channel. Or you can. I'm not going to say I'm going to recommend anybody's channel other than Michael's, because he does tapestry. Forgive me, Michael, if you watch this. He does Tunisian stitch. And I know how to do the basic Tunisian stitch. But that is his specialty. MDL Crochet. That is their specialty. I think there's another lady that does it too. But I know that is what I can see, that's his baby. And so I think if you want to learn different stitches outside of basic stitches, go to him. He does not only that, I've seen him do left and right crochet. So he's wonderful, and Panda is wonderful, and Sammy's wonderful, and all my subscribers, new subscribers are wonderful. So if there's something that you see that you'd like me to do, some type of crochet or some type of talk that you want to know a little bit more about, put it in the comments below. Come on. And stay tuned for my rebranding and all that. So I'm going to go work on this just a little bit more. This is my project that I work on when I come upstairs. And if it goes away, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to find me another knot ball. I think I was making a hat with this. So it's not bad, but it's not the best. So, and if you pull it wrong, or if you're too rough with it, it gets mad. See, it's just got that little knot, and then it works its way on through. So I'm going to put on my Grinch hat. See if I can get Grinchy. It's not real cold. It's not real cold up here right now. But then I'm on air. This is not cold. I have this ring set up, and people ask the dumbest questions on the Ring camera. Sometimes it's like, do you know whose dog this is? No. You're a mean one, Mrs. Grinch. And then I just get that. Hope it stays, guys. Hobby Lobby. I'm going to see if I can sign off, push my glasses up, and keep my head real still. Until next time, my friends. This is Deborah with Taylor's Yarn Creations, about to be rebranded. Thank you and have a great night.